Mike Last. I work for WIOCC, who are one of Africa's leading carriers. I've got a couple of roles within the organization. I'm Chief Marketing Officer and run all the marketing operations. And I'm also VP of International Sales and Business Development.
Brilliant. So the first question I was going to ask is, why do you attend Subsea World and what are you most looking forward to this year?
I think Subsea World brings together a very good set of organizations for us. There are a lot of carriers and service providers, and those organizations are both our suppliers and our customers, and often in some cases partners as well. The industry is quite incestuous and we all end up working together, so it's a great opportunity to meet with our customers and suppliers. I think it also brings together, for me, two other important parts of the industry, which is the subsea vendors and the subsea suppliers, and it's important that from a sales perspective, I understand what they bring to my conversations and what they're up to, in terms of new technologies and new deployments. And then the cloud community is also increasingly present at the event, and the likes of Microsoft, Facebook, Amazon, Google, they're all big customers, and they're very influential in the markets that we operate in Africa as well.
Thank you. Great summary. So obviously this year you're speaking on a panel on day one, which is our regional focus on Africa, India and the Middle East. But why is this topic important to you and WIOCC?
So for us, WIOCC is very much focused around Africa. We started up in 2008 as the largest owner in one of the brand new submarine cables that was being deployed around the continent. And we've continued to make strategic investments in subsea cable infrastructure. As a wholesaler, we don't just provide capacity on subsea systems, we integrate those with the networks of our shareholders, which covers now 11 countries in Africa, and our own investments in terrestrial infrastructure in places like South Africa, Zambia, Nigeria, and increasingly other markets in Africa. But that subsea inventory is very important to us. It's what connects our international customers with Africa and what connects all the African carriers and ISPs with the rest of the world. So it's a very important conduit for traffic. So Africa is very much our market. If we look at what's happening, around Africa at the moment, the deployment of the two new subsea cable systems, the Google Equiano cable on the west coast and the Facebook-led To Africa cable that's going to go all around Africa, is going to fundamentally change bandwidth supply in Africa, and the way in which connectivity is delivered in Africa. We're involved in both of those cables. That's some of what I'll be talking about.
I'm sure on the session we'll hear from Meta as well in that session, so I think it's a great future for Africa, especially in connectivity.
Yeah.
So the last question I have for you is, how have you found the return to in-person events, and what are you finding different since being back to them?
It's interesting because, over the last 2 years, everybody has had to develop their own non-face-to-face channels of communication with the audience that you'll have at the event. Teams and WhatsApp and Zoom and Skype and email and personal telephone calls have all become more important, and everybody has adjusted to that. Having said that, when you come back to face-to-face events, people bring stuff to a face-to-face meeting that they haven't even mentioned on telephone call that you had with them the previous week. It's amazing how meeting face-to-face seems to encourage and enable discussions that don't happen through any other channel. So that's one massive change. And I think the other thing, for all of us in our industry is, we're not just competitors and suppliers and partners and customers. A lot of us have known each other for a very long time, and it's just really nice to be able to get back to seeing people who are friends and spending time with them and interacting with them. So I think you've got a combination of those things that make face-to-face events so powerful.
Couldn't have said it better. Thank you, Mike. It's been really great speaking to you, and I look forward to seeing you and everyone else in Marseille in June. So thank you.
You too, James. I'm very much looking forward to it.